Hi YouTube, I'm Coralfire, and behind me you can see KaptainWutax's design for a villager breeding hall. Skull85 recently built this on Season 7 of Hermitcraft, and that's where I first saw it. It's a great design that allows you to stack 15 villagers side by side and be able to replace their workstations quickly and easily to get the trades that you want. This is particularly helpful with librarians because you can see their first slot and get mending or unbreaking or whatever you want really quickly. The problem is that not all villager types show you what you want in the first slot. Armorers, for instance, will actually not show you their iron trade right away, and in fact you can get armorers and toolsmiths and the like who will not give you an iron trade at all. You can see here that this guy starts off, after I've traded with these, I would then be able to see iron trades. So I might have converted this guy over to a zombie and then converted him back to get the awesome trades, and then he doesn't give me the trade I want. Or I've brought them in here and he's giving me the trade I want, and I want to go take him off to be zombified. But because these guys are standing on double carpets, you can't actually remove them. You can, if you want to kill them, you have to come in here and kill them with your sword or an axe, which will give you negative reputation and cost you more emeralds. Or you have to come under here and break this block and replace it if you wanted to. Oops, I've clearly clicked on one of these guys with the spawn egg. If you wanted to then go in and remove those guys. So that's not a very good solution. I have come up with a better way of doing this, which modifies KaptainWutax's tileable design. This is the version by KaptainWutax that allows you to just tile these cells over and over and get up to 15 villagers in a row. But like I said, you can't actually remove any of the villagers from it. So I came up with a pretty simple solution, and that is to basically remove these double carpets. Double carpets, or any carpets, need to be supported. They can be supported by a carpet, a block. In this case, they can also be supported by string, which the villager will simply pass through. These two sticky pistons will remove these two carpets when this torch turns off, which we can do with the press of a button. This guy can then go down into a water stream, lava, or whatever we want. This is very simple to build, and it's pretty cheap, but you can't actually see the villager because the button's at the back. So you might accidentally kill someone who you wanted to keep. It's just not a very user-friendly solution. So I had to find a way of bringing the input up to the front here, and because this is a tileable design, you can't simply run a redstone line. Actual redstone dust will interfere with the cells on either side. So I tried a couple versions. This one here works by dropping them onto a magma block and then them being killed down there. This version is exactly the same, but instead of a magma block, they just fall down onto a regular block and then pathfind down. Of course, this is kind of flawed because you have to wait for the villagers to actually do that. It's also quite bulky. I tried sending the redstone signal up and over, which does work, but it is incredibly expensive and also very bulky and just kind of a bad design. This is my final version that I'm here to show you today that allows you to remove these villagers really easily. So I press this button and you can see here that he goes down. Basically, he's going to fall through here. This redstone block will get removed, and then these pistons will retract. So it actually uses the method of sending the signal as a way to actually be a part of the design itself. So these need to be half slabs that these buttons are placed on, or glass or sea lanterns or something like that. If it's a solid block, it will actually cause a lot of problems. So if this was a solid block, I come around here, I press this, we're going to lose all 3 villagers on every side, and our carpets break. So that's kind of important. That this is actually put on a half slab. With it being on a half slab, though, it's actually super easy to do. So let's put these guys back in here. Basically, it just unpowers this block. These carpets are being supported by this piston arm, and then later the redstone block when it's pulled back. So let's just come back over here and do this, and away he goes. I'm going to quickly show you how you can replace KaptainWutax's design with my own if you already have yours built. If it's not built, you can of course just build my tiles here rather than KaptainWutax's when you build the design. But if you already have your villagers in place, we can run into the issue of replacing this block with string without breaking these carpets, which is impossible. So if this guy is still standing on these carpets, he will fall through. Now obviously you can completely remove them and replace them, but this will allow you to keep them in place and their order. So the first thing you're going to want to do is come around here and break this workstation. This will remove any trades if this guy has not been traded with. So if you want to keep his trades, make sure you trade with him. So you're going to want to break this block and then come in here and replace a carpet here. Open this trapdoor, make sure it's on the top. If it's on the bottom, replace it on the top. Come back here and put in a piston. It does not need to be a sticky piston, but that will work too. And then just power it. That will move this observer over and push him over onto this carpet. Come back here and replace the observer where it was, and also replace the string in front of this observer. Now you're ready to start building my version of this design, my add-on rather. Put a sticky piston facing downwards underneath of a half slab there. Put a block of redstone here and a sticky piston facing this way. Replace this block that just moved with a block of redstone. Come under here and add in blocks like this, and then come under here and put in your repeater facing this way. You can now come back here with your redstone torches right here, block on top, redstone torch, block on top. Grab a sticky piston and put 2 sticky pistons facing this way, and now break this torch here. That will move these carpets over. You can now replace this one here with a block of string, come back around and replace your torch. So you can see here now that this design is fully functional. Now all we need to do is come back here, push this guy back between these 2 trapdoors here, back onto his block, drop down our trapdoor here, and come around, because this is now in the wrong position, and just right click on this note block. That will reset everything back the way it was. Break this one carpet that we put here, and you can replace their work stand back, and you now have the fully converted version that allows you to remove your villagers whenever you like. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this design. If anyone can think of a way to make this even smaller or more compact, or to do the same thing in another way, I'm really interested because I'm a big fan of this design. I'm going to leave a link down below to KaptainWutax's video, so you can go there, check that out, and learn all about this awesome villager trading design. Thank you guys so much for watching. Cheers.